Good afternoon, everybody. It's the Go Live Granny here, going live at 5:15 on Tuesday, the 12th of December, 2023. And how is everybody today? It's been a bit of a hectic one here today. So this morning, I did some housework. A bit rare, I know, but I did some vacuuming around my bedroom, trying to get that really tidy. And then I had to go out. This afternoon I've been crafting and watching craft shows, and I have so many lovely things around me. So let's see anybody coming into the broadcast. I expect some of the members will be in here shortly. So hello, those of you coming in now. Nice to see you. Nice. So hello, Facebook user, please identify yourself so that I know who we're talking to. Somebody there waving from the Go Live Granny community group. So, as I say, a busy day, and I've got a busy evening ahead of me. But I've been achieving some results of things going on in my personal life that needed resolving. So I had to go out today and managed that all right, and that got sorted. So that's something that is, just something that needs winding up, that's been happening for a long time. Thank you, whoever's putting their thumb up there. Nice to see you. So yes, so as I say, I've been out today. Basically, I had to go to a solicitor. I won't give all the details because that's my private life, but I had to prove I was who I said I was. And I think I've told you all before, I don't have a driving license. I don't have a passport. Basically, I wear my invisibility cloak, obviously, because I'm not, I can't prove who I am because I don't have a passport and a driving license. And I'm not the only one. There's lots of people who don't have those things. But what ridiculous rules that you have to identify yourself by those things. I also don't have a printed bill of a household bill that I needed to take because people don't send them out anymore, and I don't have a printer, so I couldn't print it off. So I rang the solicitors and said, "Can I use my bus pass as photo ID?" Hello, Kathleen. Nice to see you in. So can I use my bus pass as photo ID, and can I use my pension letters as a proof of where I live? And that was okay. So I have finally done that, and that has been done and dusted, and that's got to be sent off to a different solicitor somewhere else. And then finally, all that business that's been rumbling on for nearly 3 years might be able to be put to bed. It's just something that rumbles in the background. But anyway, it doesn't really spoil my life much. I mean, it's been a bit of a bit of a nuisance, but we get there. Hello, Yvonne coming in from YouTube, Tina coming in from Facebook, Kathleen coming in from YouTube as well, and a Facebook user coming in. So Tina, are you the Facebook user that came in on the community group just now, or is that somebody else over there? It looks like it might be somebody else. Anyway, so I am sitting here surrounded, and you can't see this, but I am totally surrounded by craft stuff. Well, not quite. Yes, there is craft stuff behind me. There's craft stuff over here. There's craft stuff in front of me. There's craft stuff here on my dad's bureau. There's craft stuff on the little table there, and there's craft stuff on the floor. Hello, Shane. Nice to see you in where are you coming in from, Shane? We have lots of people in this community. Nice to know where everybody's coming in from. So Shane is coming in on YouTube. Kathleen's there on YouTube. Tina coming in from Facebook. And when I was setting the broadcast up, I had shenanigans with it again. Surprise, surprise. And it didn't look like it had scheduled all 3 broadcasts. So, of course, I have to schedule it on YouTube, on Facebook, Go Live Granny Facebook, and in the Go Live Granny community. And it didn't look like it'd done it, but in the end it had. But I had a bit of fiddling about to do. So Tina's saying it's somebody else. Right, so whoever the Facebook user is, not allowed to drive, so no provisional at the time, no passport, was at 16 at the time, has no idea, nothing proof who I was at the time. Nightmare. Absolutely, yes, it is a nightmare when you can't prove who you are. So I obviously wear this invisibility cloak, but not anymore. I've been able to prove who I was. Well, that's if my documents were safe. I mean, who's to say that people doing what I did don't come with fake documents? I mean, you know, it's not a foolproof method, is it? Anyway, right. So hi, Kathleen. Hope you. Okay, give Lulu a hug. Oh, Shane's coming in on YouTube there. Yeah, but I know you're coming in from YouTube, Shane. But are you on the Isle of Wight, or are you somewhere else in the world? So I personally am on the Isle of Wight, a little island off the south coast of the UK, 20 minutes from the mainland, and we've got people who come in from all over the world sometimes. Facebook user Deb says hi. So the Facebook user, is that Deb's saying? Are you Deb's on the Facebook? Is that Deb's there? Come, you know, are you saying hi on behalf of yourself? So I don't know. Anyway, I have been getting on with the cards, the greetings cards that I've got to make for the charity, and a lot of them are box cards like this. So they are all in some state of being ready. So these have all got their base bits on, you know, they're the basic card with the cards inside, and then I've put all the embossing folders on, and then what I've got to do is put all the things that pop out of the box. Now, I decided that I wanted to have a little play around, and I didn't want to make them all things that I'd cut out with a die cutter. But I'm not much of a colorist. Kathleen says she uses her driving license for ID purposes, even though she doesn't drive anymore. Yes, and the silly thing was, Kathleen, my driving license, I wasn't driving anymore, and it lapsed during COVID, and I should have done it for identity purposes, but I didn't. And there you go. It's one of those issues, but never mind. You know, you don't like it if I don't have shenanigans. You know, what would I talk about if I didn't have shenanigans? So anyway, so back to the cards. So I'm cracking on because I really would like to try and finish all these tonight, because then I've got a special card to make for somebody. I've been asked to make a special card for somebody. Then I've got some special cards in my head that I want to make this week. I've prepped my workshop for Friday. I did that yesterday, and I showed you. I've got to do some running repairs because I showed you my wishing well, and now it's fallen to bits. Look, the roof's come off. So I need to stick my roof back on. Obviously, I think I'll use red liner tape. I didn't use red liner tape, and obviously I should have done. So I need to put my roof back on my wishing well, and this is what we're making in my craft workshop on Friday that I do down at the Warm Hub in Newport, on behalf of Isle Access and the town council. We use the town council building. It's Deb from, oh right, okay, you haven't had Facebook comments for a week. Okay, but you have now. And there's another Facebook user coming in saying hi Lynn, and I don't know who that is. And it must be Richard. It must be Richard, because then the next comment says, hello, Richard. So, Richard, I think you're coming in from the Facebook Go Live Granny group. If you want to identify yourself, go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give it permission. And here is Karen Reardon, and she loves my Christmas glasses. Well, somebody said the other day I hadn't got any glasses on, and yeah, that's right. Last night I didn't even have a hat on, did I? I had a big bow in my hair because I'd just come out the shower. So I thought, yes, let's push the boat out and do some, have some really snazzy bits. Anyway, so going into these pop-up box cards, they're all going to have a Christmas theme of some sort. This one's I've embossed with what looks like little snowballs, maybe. This one is embossed with, whoops, hang on, wait a minute, I don't know if you can see. So it's embossed. Oh, wait a minute. Which way do I need to go? It's embossed. Can you see it's embossed there with it's mistletoe and Christmas leaves and things. And then I've started putting some bits on, like the Happy Christmas bit. And I've got some snowflakes over there. And this bit is embossed with snowflakes there. So they're all the ones I need to do. I can see you now, Richard. Yes, I can. Thank you. I can see your name. So I've got bases of 20, so they're all 20 bases are done, and then I'm just decorating them with different things. But I've been a bit slow on it. Then last night I sort of had a bit more go. There's a nice green one. Look, so I'm doing 20 different ones. Although the mechanism is all the same, 20 different cards. So when I've got them done, I will take lots of pictures of them. And so, as I say, I'm not much of a colorist, but I can cut all the die shapes out and put them on. But I wanted to try and do different things. So I've been stamping. I've got my ink all around me, my shimmer inks and shiny inks and whatever, and I've got my card around me, and so I've been stamping some things up that I'm going to try colouring in. As I say, I'm not much of a colourist, but let's have a go, because if you don't have a go, you will never get any better. So Richard's saying there were 20 trees in Celtic tree calendar from ash to you. Excellent. And somebody's just grabbing some soup for the sniffers, the cold sniffers. Okay, that's good. Get your soup, be nice and warm, won't it? I've got a nice cup of tea here. I just hope my glasses don't get in the way of my cup of tea. That's good. So I've stamped some bells up. Look, and I've been fussy cutting. That's, cutting round the shapes. So this one, obviously driving home for Christmas. There we are, a little car with some, and all these are going to be coloured. I haven't done very many yet, but I was stamping up some bows, and then I was stamping up some writing. I've got I have so many stamps and dies to choose from, but I just wanted to vary it. So what will happen is these things will go obviously in the appropriate ones. Alcatraz. Okay. These things will go on as pieces of acetate popping out of the box, and they'll be coloured, and they might be sparkled and shimmered and whatever. So it will make a really lovely display. But I wanted to, as I say, I've got so many stamps that I wanted to stamp some stuff up and then colour them, put the shimmer inks on, put maybe some gilding flakes or some glitter paste or any of those lovely sparkly things that I have. So as I say, I'm cracking on. After the broadcast, I should be cracking on straight on with this. Getting that done. And then, yes, it's going to be a very busy evening. And I really hope that these will be all done by tomorrow, because I've got more things to craft and get on with. So, but I'm loving them, and the sparkly art, they are the better. Here's some of my inks. These lovely inks. I've got the shimmer Spectrum Noir pearlescent pigment. So some of these inks shine and shimmer, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So what have I got here? I've got this is some of the stamps. That's where the bell came off. So I've got baubles, and I've got bows and bows and candles and Santa. But this is one of many, many, many of these that I've got. I've got so many. I've never used half of them. So I need to do that. Sometimes I buy magazines, and the magazines, although people say all the magazines are expensive, so say it's £10 for a craft magazine, it isn't really when you weigh it up, because I only buy the ones that have got the good giveaways inside, and some of the giveaways are worth more than the cost of the magazine. So this one it's got mistletoe and all sorts. So all these are rubber stamps, and this had a free giveaway. It's a pen. It's a pen, and I think you put water in the bottom of the barrel and then water down your inks and things. I think that's how that one works. I haven't tried it yet, but I'll have a go at that. So that's one I really would like to have a go at. And as I say, I've got so many different sorts of techniques to try, because they give us so many things to copy on Crafters Companion shows. There's a nice stencil. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Let's put it on something, because you can't see on there. So there's a nice stencil. You see, what I could do is put that on a piece of card and put glitter paste on it. And I've not done the glitter paste technique, but when you do it across there with a palette knife, apparently it's like buttering hot toast. So you have to just do that across there gently, and makes really lovely things. So as I say, this side of the crafting I haven't done much of. I'm sure that it will be successful, because I will keep going until it is successful. And as I say, I wasn't sure how these little things would turn out to go into, these are going to go in the boxes. It's popping out of the top of the boxes, but they're going to be jazzed up. They're going to be coloured and shimmer and shine or whatever. I did make the decorations on the wall behind me. Yes, I did. So these little ones, they are one of the sets from Crafter's Companion, and that's what we did. That's what I had on offer at the Warm Hub last week. So yes, so you can make them as individual decorations like that here behind me, or you can string them the other way. You can put the holes in the sides, and you can string them up like bunting. And I did some of that, and I've got some where I used the stars, but I used letters, and I put Happy Christmas across it and bunting. So lots and lots of, I mean, you're only limited by your own imagination, or I get inspired by other people. Thank you, Kathleen. She's saying that they're lovely. They are gorgeous, and they could be little things to go on the Christmas tree, or they can be put anywhere on wall decorations, or Christmas tree decorations, or they could be strung together to make bunting across the room. Right, so wait a minute, Debs is not feeling very well. Oh dear. Streaming cold and homemade chicken soup to warm us. Well, that's a good idea. And do you know what? I'm going to make some soup tomorrow. Not chicken soup. I am going to make carrot and parsnip soup. I have some spare carrots and parsnips that are not going to get used up in time, so I'm going to make soup with them. And it's so funny, because up until a few years ago, I didn't make soup. I've never had made soup in my life. To me, soup came out of a tin or a packet. And then, of course, I discovered a bit more about actually more healthy eating and all that. And I realized that you could actually make some really super soup yourself without having it out of a tin or a packet. So that's what I do these days. Bunting changes through the year on Traffic Island with Josiah Mason, founder, Eddington Orphanage. Thank you, Richard, for that one. So lots of different things going on. So bunting, yes, I mean bunting. Obviously, here we could have Happy Christmas, and then we could use the same stars, and we could make Happy Easter, Happy Valentine's Day, all those different sorts of things. So just picking some bits up off the floor. The bits keep falling on the floor, but of course, if the magnets fall on the floor, I have my trusty new tool, don't I? And as those of you in the broadcast yesterday, I showed you my trusty new tool, and I've been using it. Look, it picks up the dies that fall on the floor, and some fell on the floor yesterday, and they were a little bit far away from my chair. So I extended this, and then I pushed it down on the floor and didn't have to get off my chair to pick up the dies that had gone all the way over there. But look, some of the dies are very small as well. We get tiny dies here. So I have to be careful that they don't go up the vacuum cleaner, because it'd be very easy to lose them up the vacuum cleaner. But yes, absolutely delighted with this. I've got an unboxing. Would you like to see what's in my box? Oh, I won't show you what's in the other boxes because it's not so exciting. So I had 2 parcels today, and one of them contained 2 5-litre bottles of vinegar. So I didn't think you'd want to see the vinegar. I use vinegar for cleaning around my house, the good old-fashioned way that Granny used to do it. Not expensive, all these horribly expensive things full of chemicals, but good old-fashioned vinegar and things like that. So that was that. Now, what do you think? Yeah, open the box. That's right, Richard. See that, take the money or open the box. So Richard says he's going to be round for soup tomorrow. He loves carrot and parsnip. Oh, right. Okay. I haven't made it yet, Richard, and I hope I get time to make it tomorrow. And Richard thinks that's a great tool. And this one, do you know, I bought, it's picked up my pokey tool now. It's going to attach itself to anything. But this one I bought because I lost the first one I had. Now, the first one I had was black, and it was much smaller on the head. so it wasn't nearly as efficient and strong, the magnet, and it was more difficult to see in, you know, when it's got on in a pile of craft stuff. But this one's got a nice orange handle, so hopefully I won't lose this one. Well, we can live in hopes, can't we? So what do you think is in my box? This is not obviously my advent calendar. We'll look in the advent calendar doors in a minute. But what do you think is in? Oh, you probably can see. Is there a picture on it? No, there's not a picture on it. If I had it round the other way, you would see. So I shall start opening this this box lid, and then you can see. You can try and guess what's in this. I did tell you the other day that I'd ordered one, so you might, if you remembered and you were listening the other day, you might be able to guess what's in here. Doubles remote control TV when batteries run out. A book? No, it's not a book. It is not a book. No, it's something else. And I did tell you I'd ordered one of them, or another one of them. It's something I've already got. And it was so good, I've ordered this second one. So let's have a look. Can you deliver soup, Lynn? We've been growing parsnips and carrots for Christmas lunch. Have you? I think not. If that's you, Debs, in you know, way up country, I think no, not really a possibility. Right. So you're right, Yvonne. You're very right. Let me show you. So it is. It's another one of these lamps. All right, these floor standing LED lamps. So I won't have to keep moving them around. So I've got one here. I've got one in the craft room. I've got the smaller tabletop ones in my craft room, in my kitchen area, and on my bed. And this one, I was going to put it by my bed, and then I realized I got one that clipped on the end of my bed, one of the smaller ones that does the job. So this one is going to go back over there where the first one came from. So by the sofa. So when I want to sit on the sofa and craft, I will have light over there. Oh, it's one of those boxes where it's rammed in. It's rammed in. It's coming out. Here it comes. Right. So instruction book. If all else fails, read the instructions. But I have made one up already. So no. So this is how the lamp comes. Packed like this in this plastic packaging. And of course, you know what I'm going to do with the plastic packaging, don't you? I am not going to throw it away. I am going to recycle it. So let's just put the instructions over there. Whoopsie daisy. Oh. So these two things are clipped together, but I can't bring it right up because one bit's attached to the other. Wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, hang on. I don't know if I can do this. Right. So that is the bottom. This bit is the bottom of the lamp. Okay. And then there's the wires and whoops, I don't know if you can see. Hang on. Look, there's the bottom, and then the wires go up, and then all these metal bits screw together to make the tube that the wire comes up in, and then there's the lamp top there as well, and the knob you can see over this side. That's the bit, yeah. So as I say, the packaging will be used as the acetate in the pop-up boxes. That lovely piece of foam I will save for something sometime. That will come in for crafty something or other. So let's put that down. I'm not going to pull this all out while I'm on camera because I think that might be a disaster, darling. So let's put that down. Oh, let's put it down on the floor. That's that. So that's down there. Then I'll have to move it, otherwise I'm going to fall over it. So as I say, I'm actually hemmed. I've almost hemmed myself in with all my craft stuff. It's all around this little space, but I like crafting here because there's a radiator here and it's nice and cozy. This lounge is rather big. I don't have carpet on the floor. I have French doors that they really need replacing because the damp comes in. The cold comes in around the edge. But since I'm not sitting over there, I'm sitting by the by the radiator, and since there's a tall bookcase there between me and it, it's not too bad. So I'm nice and snuggly and warm, and so that's why I like sitting here. But sometimes I like to sit on my sofa, and so if I sit on my sofa, I now got a lamp that I can have over there, and I don't have to keep moving a lamp from one place to the other. So that's good, isn't it? So really pleased about that. Karen's wool is driving her out of her own home. Well, I'm a bit like that as well, Karen, because I have the other side of the camera over there. I have got IKEA units, and I've got a 4x4 there with another 4x4 next to it, and then round the corner I've got a 4x4 with another 4x4 next to it, and most of it contains wool. So I need to get knitting and start using up some of this wool. A few of the cubes have actually got other things in now. I've managed to amalgamate all the wool, but it's a nightmare. So I don't do as much knitting as I used to. I do more paper craft now. But while I was waiting for my taxi to come and take me home from the solicitors today, I had my crochet in my bag, and I was just doing a bit of crochet, making some curls for a wig that I'm making for somebody. So yeah, absolutely. All right, let's have a look. Right. So Richard, you were saying something about something doubles as a remote TV control, but I don't know what you meant by that. Let me know what you meant. So Richard's saying, my friend Jo in Cambridgeshire at her mum's, they got luxury Mercedes private hire taxi. Ooh, Birmingham to Cambridge, still cheaper than a first class train ticket. Well, that's good news, isn't it? Absolutely good news. So anyway, yes, so I did a bit of crochet while I was just waiting for the taxi to come. And then back on the paper craft now. I've got a green wig. I'm making a green wig for somebody with those lovely curls. I'm making a blue wig for one of the Crafters Companion presenters who wanted one. He thinks I've forgotten. I think I've just been busy, so I will do his. I've got a little bit of knitted paper chain that somebody's waiting for, so that's another little assignment that I've got to do, and I must finish these cards. So hopefully I will have a lot of fun finishing those off tonight. Look, I've got shimmer. These are all shimmer inks, and I've got glitter paste, shiny glitter paste. And look, I've got a watercolor palette. Now, I've never not done much painting in my life at all, but I've got these, and they're all shiny. So I'm going to have a go at painting some of these, or I might color some of them with coloring pens. I've got glitter pens and all sorts of things. So the sparklier the better in my world. But these watercolor palette, I just want to have a look at all those. You can't see very much because of the reflection, but they are all shiny. They're all shiny. So I might paint some of these things that I've been stamping up. And then I've got this set as well that I haven't used yet. And this is a Spectrum Noir set of I would have bought this on a special offer, or it might have been in a goodie bag. I can't remember. I know I don't pay full price for these things. It includes exclusive colours. So it's the collector's edition 2, tricolour metal marker. Then there's an two outline markers, 2 glitter markers, metallic paint marker ×4. So that's a 9-piece collection with sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. You see, you can never have too much sparkle in my world. Oh, something's rattling around in there. I wonder what that is. Something, I hope nothing's come loose. So anyway, so that's that's a lot of what's going on in my world. I'm just looking to see what the time is. I can't see unless I peer right round a pile of stuff that's on the top of my dad's bureau. Right, so you haven't seen Bertie Bassie, that naughty elf on a shelf, and Trixie. Send them a card, please. Okay, I will. Bertie Bassett is right over there on the sofa. Trixie, well, she seems to have managed to get her feet stuck in the top of a Kallax box, and she's landed sort of hanging upside down. And that was a mistake. That's not something. I think I went to put the Kallax box back in, and somehow she fell into the top of the box and hanging over the outside. I'll take a picture of her and put it on my socials, and you'll be able to see what she's up to. And the naughty elf. I had a naughty elf here. Look, I've got a naughty elf here. I've got quite a lot of elves around, but this one is, one of them. So there we go. He's got a hot bot because he was sitting on the radiator. So right. So Richard was saying the telescopic magic thing. He was saying this would double as a TV remote. Oh, do you mean if I leant forward I don't know how you mean, Richard. Do you mean I lean forward and push the button? I can't do that because the buttons on that TV are right on the top, and it's very awkward even to put my finger in. I do have a remote control for it somewhere, but I seem to have mislaid that as well. So amazing. I think the borrowers have been to my flat. I think the borrowers have taken all these things. It couldn't possibly be me just misplacing them, could it? So there we go. Right, let's see. Lovely watercolor paints. I have some spare, slightly used Spectrum pens to donate. Excellent. Deb's good at watercolor. It's a green wig, part of an Oompa Loompa outfit. No, it isn't part of an. Well, I don't know actually, because the person I'm making the wig for, she said, could she have a green one? And she didn't say whether she was going to be an Oompa Loompa. So maybe she is going to be an Oompa Loompa. I don't know. I will ask her and see. And she's the one who also wants a little bit of knitted paper chains. Okay. So, right. It's 10 to 6. Thank you, Richard. That's very kind of you. And so Richard's saying, yes, I think he meant, that I could poke the TV with that thing, but no, it won't work. Oh, for that TV control stick here, I could hit Alan until he changes channels. Oh, right. Oh, do you mean Alan or do you mean Adrian, your brother? No good hitting your brother. That's not kind. I know I probably hit my brothers when I was little, but I certainly don't hit them now. And my brother has just had a trip to Westminster Palace. He's put pictures up on our social media, our family page. His school group, he's still in touch with his school group, and occasionally they have meetups, and I've been to some of the meetups because I was at the same school, but there was a special trip arranged to go to Westminster Palace, and they were having dinner on the terrace and on some sort of terrace place, and it looked marvelous, but it was only for 10 of them in his year group, and I didn't even know he was going until I saw the pictures there, but absolutely wonderful. Right, so Alan's your hubby. Oh, that's Deb talking. Sorry, I thought it was Richard talking. Sorry. So Alan is Deb's husband, and she could whop him with the thing and get him to change the channel. I don't think that's very nice. I don't think that's to be recommended. And do you know what? My phone is standing on a pile of books, and one of the books it's standing on is the Little Book of Kindness, and I'm sure we won't find in there bop your husband on the with one of those pokey things to get him to change the channels. I'm sure that's not in the book. Right, I'm going to, do you know what, this radiator is so warm. I turned it up earlier because I'd come in and it was not warm, and I'm actually roasting now, but I'm not going to start taking this kangaroo top off because I've got all things around my neck, and that's not going to be easy while I'm on broadcast, so I'll just have to roast for a minute until I go off broadcast. So I'm just diving under there to get my Galaxy. Look, my next door on my Galaxy, my Galaxy Advent calendar. That's what the words I were looking for. You're auditioning to be a naughty elf. You don't need to audition. You've got the part already. So I think I'd make a good naughty elf, don't you? So let's have a look. It is day number 12. Right, this is day number 12 up here. So number 12. It's got a snowflake on that bit of the door. And let's see, we know it's a chocolate because this is a chocolate advent calendar. But what is it? Oh, it's another present. We've had some presents already, and there's another present. So I shall have that in a little while with my cup of coffee or my cup of tea. As my dad would say, it doesn't fill a hollow tooth. It will fill a hollow tooth. It'll be quite nice. I've got no hollow teeth because I've been to the dentist and he's sorted them out. So there we go. Right, now, diving underneath, here we go. So, Yvonne, have you opened your advent calendar today? Because if she has, she'll know what's in here. And if she has, she's not allowed to say. So what do we guess? Wait a minute. Let me give you a clue about the size of it. So this is the wonderful advent calendar that came from Crafter's Companion. It's not on the first side. It's on the second side. I can see it over here. Door number 12. So if I open the first bit, not the foil. Oh dear, I've got hiccups. Then you will be able to see how big the space is, and it will give you a bit of a clue. Oh, it's a big one. It's another big one today. Look, so it's big. So what do we think is in the door for number 12? Any ideas? Any guesses? We've had stamps, we've had dies, we've had embossing folder, we've had charms, we've had glitter paste, we've had iridescent glitter, we've had more stamps and dies, haven't we? So what do we think is in there today? Right, so Richard's going back to the green hair, and he's saying either Oompa Loompa's outfit or grot bags from Emu's worked Pink Windmill on TV. Now, grot bags, I met grot bags because grot bags judged a Halloween fancy dress competition in Ealing Broadway Centre when I lived in Ealing Broadway, and my daughter won the prize, the top prize in that fancy dress competition, judged by grot bags. So I've got a picture of grot bags with my daughter. And so that was a year when my daughter made her own outfit. She made herself into a graveyard. So up her front was the gravestone, and then the tomb. The grave. She did a box that came out. We did a box that came out in front of her. I helped her a bit, but she did a lot of the work herself, and that was why they liked it, because it was a lot of her own handiwork. So it was a. I normally like nice, bright, colourful things, don't I? But we didn't make a nice, bright, colourful tomb, a graveyard. We made it grey, boring old grey. Right, Yvonne thinks this door is big enough to be an embossing folder. Yes, an embossing folder or a stencil it could be, couldn't it? So yeah, so my daughter, as I say, she made her own costume, and then I made costumes for Tristan and Toby, and one of them I made a spider. I made them into a spider, and so I used a cardboard box, and then I draped it with fur, with black fur, and so I gave it a round shape. I padded it and then made it into a roundish shape, but he could go inside it, and then I made the most enormous legs, and I wired them. But what I hadn't factored in was that the stairs at the Ealing Broadway Centre were quite narrow. I gave myself a bit of a problem because the costume was so big, it nearly didn't go down the stairs. And then the other costume that I made for Tristan, so I think Toby was the spider and Tristan was a cauldron. He was a skeleton coming out of a cauldron. So on his face, he had a skeleton mask, and then he was inside a box that I'd made look like a cauldron. I do always cover my dad used to do it. He used to make boxes of costumes and mostly he covered our faces up. I don't know what you're supposed to read into that, but he made us into grandfather clocks and Belisha beacons and all sorts of things. I have so many happy memories of fancy dress things that my dad did. And then one of the best was the test match. So one of my brothers was a match in a matchbox, and it was amazing. And he painted he painted the matchbox to look absolutely like a matchbox, with what was it? Swan matches, I think they were, whatever. He actually did. He replicated that on a box. And then another one he did was the Knave of Hearts as a playing card. And when he did that one, the back of the playing card, he made the most intricate design. He painted on the back. It was amazing. So many happy memories. It's lovely. I'm like a magician pulling all out things under my chair. Guess it, you think it's a stamp holder. Well, do you know what? I don't think there's much space left under my chair. Yesterday, I pulled everything out and gave it a sweep under there because otherwise things get lost. But today, I surround myself. When I'm working like this, I want everything just at just at my fingertips. So it's all come back in all around me here. So if you don't see me for the next 2 or 3 days, send in a search party because I'll be buried under all my craft stuff. Right, let's see. Whoa, wait a minute. Sorry, the phone nearly fell out of the thing. Richard reckons it's Helen I'm making the green wig for, either Oompa Loompa outfit or grot bags from Emu's World, Pink Midnight on TV. She ran Animal Sanctuary in Shropshire after the series finished. Carol Lee Scott. Oh, thank you. You are a mine of information. And Deb's saying, bring back grot bags. Right, okay. We've pontificated long enough. Let's have a look and see what it actually is in door number 12. And then after this broadcast, I will go and, I will watch Crafter's Companion first because that's actually on now. Their evening show's on now. And then when that's finished, I will watch. Oh, wonderful. I will watch and see what Craig did for the tutorial for number 12 door today. Oh, this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's stamps. It's 2 stamps. Hang on. It's 2 stamps, and it is. Let's put them in front of. Oh, not in front of shiny card because that. Don't know if you can. No, that's not a good piece of card to pick, is it? Right. So I have a little snowman. So as I've got my inks in front of me, I shall ink this snowman up and colour him in a minute. And a snowflake. All right. So these will be great for going on one of those Christmas cards. So I will actually use these ones today, and then I'm going to try in the next day or so to use all the ones that we've had so far. And of course, I've been watching Craig's tutorials, and he's made some. I'm not so sure that bunnies and Easter eggs is quite a thing for right now, but what they put in the advent calendar is not just for Christmas; it's to last all year. So we have had an Easter bunny and some Easter eggs and carrots and things. They may not make an appearance on the Christmas cards because it might not be very appropriate. But then after Christmas, it will be appropriate, won't it? So there we go. So let's just put those there so I don't lose them. Famous last words. In a few minutes, I shall have lost them. They'll have got buried under something else. So folks, I hope you enjoyed tonight's live stream. We all have a bit of fun, don't we? It's big. Oh, yes, she said it's big enough to be an embossing folder. It wasn't an embossing folder. It was stamps and dies. So maybe tomorrow. Let's see what size tomorrow's is. Tomorrow's is 13. And of course, normally 13 is an unlucky day. But for me, it was the luckiest day ever last year, December the 13th, because it's the day that the people at St Mary's Hospital saved my life. When I had very severe pneumonia, and they actually saved my life. So 13 is a good number for me, and ever since then I've counted my lucky days because no day is ever a given, is it? We don't know when our last day will be, so live life as though every day is going to be your last and enjoy every moment of it. That's what I try to do, and as I've got older I've managed to do that more. Not always possible, but you can do your best. And these days, anything that's a bit of a nuisance, like, having to go and sort out my ID, I didn't get stressed about. It was just a bit of a nuisance because it wasn't life-threatening. So anything that's not life-threatening is, not worth really losing any sleep over. Debs is saying 13 is her lucky It's her lucky day too. Excellent. For the same sort of reasons, Debs, have you had good things happen to you on the 13th? So tomorrow, it will be 1 year since I nearly wasn't here anymore, and a year, a very productive year, a very enjoyable year. Even though the first part of it was actually just getting better, even that's a good process, isn't it? When you're actually improving all the time. So there we go. And back now to live streaming. I wasn't sure I would ever live stream again. But I can't resist it sometimes. And although it might not be how I live streamed originally, like dashing out and live streaming carnivals and things, I've just moved into a different phase of my life and not dashing around, but enjoying what I'm doing and doing the live stream from home. Simple, isn't it? So anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to finish my cup of tea, which is probably cold by now, or make myself a new one. Tomorrow I'm having my hair cut, but I don't have to go anywhere. My hairdresser comes here, but I think I need to do a bit of tidying up, or she might go base over apex over my inks or my dyes or everything that's on the floor. So I will do my crafting tonight, and then I will try and have a little tidy session before she comes by in the morning. And she and I have known each other for I think most of the time she's lived on the island. So she came to the island after I did, and I met her through a ladies group that I go to. And she's been doing my hair for years, and it's so nice to have somebody to come to me. I don't have to fuss and go out, but we've become very good friends. And so now when she comes to do my hair, she leaves a gap before her next appointment. She used to come here and then have to be going off to do somebody else's hair, but she leaves a gap now, and we sit and we chat and we have a cup of tea and put the world to rights. And it's just so nice. And she likes crafting, different sorts of crafts than I do, but she likes painting and that sort of thing more. Anyway, we sit and chat, we have a drink, and we put the world to rights. So that's tomorrow. So when I see you later tomorrow, I probably won't put a Christmas hat on, because I will have had my hair done. I'll find a Christmas bow to put in my hair instead. So anyway, Yvonne's saying bye, everyone. And Debs is saying it's just 13 and 26. Good numbers for you, it seems. Have fun crafting. And I will have fun crafting. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this evening here on December the 12th, 2023. Please come back and join me tomorrow. This sort of time seems to work quite well. 5:15, either 10:15 in the morning or 5:15 in the afternoon. Depends. The 10:15 slot depends what time I get up, what time I go to bed, and what time I get up. So 5:15 actually seems to work quite well, the UK time. But I'm not sure. Watch for the notifications and see when I set it up. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Have a wonderful evening, afternoon, rest of day, whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe and see you all again soon. Bye.